Retribution fuels GOP state Senate race. Intra-party politics and dysfunction are playing out in the Illinois Republican Party. House Minority Leader Jim Durkin just gave $25,000 to Republican Brett Nicholas, who's challenging incumbent Win Stoller, a fellow Republican, for the 37th District State Senate seat. You read that right. The House Republican leader is meddling in a state Senate GOP primary, doling out cash that might otherwise help Republican candidates fight off Democrats in the upcoming general election. Republicans are a minority in Springfield. After all, it's absolutely unheard of, a GOP insider told Playbook. Durkin's move is retribution because Stoller donated to Republican Travis Weaver, who's challenging House Rep. Mark Luft, who you might know for his other job as the mayor of Pekin. There was a reason for Stoller's move. He and Weaver are family friends. In fact, Weaver's father is former state senator Chuck Weaver, who handpicked Stoller to succeed him in the Senate. There are some subplots to this drama, too. The Weavers have their enemies in the General Assembly, including Rep. Ryan Spain, who's working with Durkin against Stoller. Spain and Chuck Weaver served together on the Peoria City Council and never saw eye to eye. So no surprise Spain would donate $5,000 to Stoller's opponent, and Representative Tony McCombie is endorsing Nicholas over Stoller, too. She gave Nicholas $16,000. McCombie at one point had considered running against Stoller but was persuaded by leadership to stay in the House. That cleared the lane for Stoller to run without a primary. But his support for Travis Weaver changed that. From Durkin's point of view, his leadership team moved to help Stoller in a primary and Stoller went on and screwed the House, another GOP source familiar with the controversy told Playbook. It's a faux pax for anyone to operate outside of their Senate or House district. Durkin got in the mud, too. Ultimately, GOP leader wanted to make sure Stoller wasn't going to keep throwing money at House races, so he made sure Stoller faced an opponent instead. Hate crime lawsuit. The Illinois Attorney General's office has filed its first ever hate crime lawsuit, charging two white Carroll County residents with harassment and using a noose to lynch an effigy of their neighbor from a tree in their front yard. Startling details. Chad and Cheryl Hampton allegedly engaged in months of racist behavior that included displaying the N-word in front of a Confederate flag in a window directly facing the victim's home, according to a statement from the AG's office. The lawsuit also alleges Chad Hampton had previously displayed swastikas in direct view of Johnson's home. The defendants intentionally used the shameful history of lynching and racism in America to terrorize and instill fear in their next-door neighbor simply because he is black. No one should be subjected to this kind of hate, Illinois Ag Kwame Raoul said in a statement about the lawsuit. Raoul filed the lawsuit after a hate crimes investigation by his office's Civil Rights Bureau with assistance from the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, the City of Savannah and the Savannah Police Department. In an interview with the Sun-Times, Savannah Police Chief Jeff Doran said his department had reported the incident to the FBI, which declined to bring any charges, and returned the effigy in pieces. Doran said charges brought by local prosecutors did not seem to deter the Hamptons and he was pleased by the Attorney General's lawsuit.